Okay, fourth graders, we're doing a new unit with our slideshow, and this is about converting units of time. And just so you know, the way you convert time is also the way you'd convert length, weight, and capacity. We're going to talk about that in other lessons. So let's just kind of get started with time. This shouldn't be anything new to you. You've done time before. So let's look at this example number 1. It says Cooper watched a butterfly in his garden for 5 minutes. How many seconds did he watch the butterfly? And it tells us right here that 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And it also gives us this hint that to convert larger units of time to smaller units of time, multiply. And so what we're going to multiply is 5 times 60 because we watched it for 5 minutes and there's 60 seconds in a minute. And thank goodness in class we've done basic facts and patterns, right? Tells us how to do it right here, but you already know. You can do 5 times 6 equals 30, and there's 1 0 here, so you put 1 0 here. So Cooper watched a butterfly for 300 seconds. Okay, you might kind of see down at the bottom here, there is a conversion chart here. 1 minute equals 60 seconds, 1 hour equals 60 minutes, 1 day equals 24 hours, 1 week equals 7 days, 1 year equals 52 weeks, it equals 12 months, it also equals 365 days. Okay, I put this conversion chart on slide 3 of this slideshow. So anytime you need it, you can go back and look at it. And what's kind of neat is when we do the air test at the end of the year, you don't have to memorize this or anything because a conversion chart will be right on the air test. And when we get to practicing the air test, when it comes closer to that time, I'll show you exactly where that is so you can have this information right at your fingertips. All right. So we're going to do a little bit more practice with conversions, and I'm going to do it on this page. I'm actually going to skip this top part here because that's something different that we're going to do in a different slideshow. But here's our conversion tables, and it says complete each conversion table. So we've done, you know what, I'm going to get that conversion chart back out. 1 minute equals how many seconds? Well, it kind of already tells us here. 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And if you didn't know, you could go back to that conversion chart that's on your other slide and look at it. So 1 minute equals 60 seconds. And then they did this thing over here that almost looks like coordinate points. We'll talk about that later too. But 1 minute equals 60 seconds. So 2 minutes, 2 times 60, well, 2 times 6 is 12, add a 0, add a 0. So 2 minutes is 120 seconds. Okay, we can use those basic facts and patterns again. How many seconds in 3 minutes? Well, 3 times 6 is 18. There's a 0 here. We put a 0 here. So in 3 minutes, there are 180 seconds. Okay. And then 4 minutes, 4 times 6 is 24. There's a 0. We add a 0. So in 4 minutes, there are 240 seconds. Okay, and that's how we fill in a conversion chart. All right, let's look at another one. Hours and days. So we look at our conversion chart in 1 day. There is 24 hours, so we can fill that one in. 24 hours in 1 day. So there are 24 hours, comma, 1 day. So in 2 days, I can do this one pretty easy. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 2 is 4. Or we could say 24 plus 24 is 48. So there are 48 hours in 2 days. Now we have to do 3 times 24. Okay, you guys can do this. We have some different strategies for this. You could use an area model. We could do 3 and then 20 plus 4. 3 times 20 is 60. 3 times 4 is 12. 60 plus 12 is 72. So there are 72 hours in 3 days. 72 hours, 3 days. All right. So now we've got to do 4 times 24. We could do an area model again. I think I'll try just doing 24 times 4. 4 times 4 is 16. Put down the 6, regroup the 1. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. There are 96 hours in 4 days. 96 hours in 4 days. Okay, see how we're doing that? So let's practice one more together. If there's 1 year, how many weeks? So let me go back to my handy dandy conversion chart. In 1 year, there are 52 weeks. So 52 weeks. 1 year, 52 weeks. All right. So how many in 2 years? So I feel like I can double this pretty easy in my head. 2 plus 2 is 4. 50 plus 50 is 100. So that is 104 weeks in 2 years. So 2 years has 104 weeks. Okay. How many weeks in 3 years? Let's do an area model again. So I'm going to make my rectangle. I'm going to cut it in half or in 2 pieces. 3, and then I'm going to split up 50 and 2 because there's 52 weeks in a year. So 3 times 5 is 15. Add that 0. 3 times 2 is 6. 150 plus 6 is 156. So there are 156 weeks in 3 years. 3 years, 156 weeks. Okay, how about 4 years? How many weeks in 4 years? So let's try just doing a multiplication problem this time. 52 times 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 4 times 5 is 20. So we just put it down like that. There are 208 weeks in 4 years. 4 years, 208 weeks. Okay? All right, your next task cards have about 5 of these conversion charts on it. Again, remember, you can go back to slide 3 and look at the conversion chart. There won't be anything on there, anything on the task cards that won't be on here. Okay, you have that information for you. So there's about 5 task cards that have conversion tables. There's another couple with a couple different questions. Okay, so this is the start of how to convert time. Later on, we're going to be going back to this and talking a little bit about elapsed time. But for now, oh, and by the way, you see how I had to put all this writing over here? I could probably do some of this in my head, but some of it I can't. I have to write it down. Don't be afraid to ask for a piece of paper, okay? Your teacher has paper. So if you need a piece of paper to do your conversions, to multiply your numbers, get one. All right? Okay. We will see you later. Bye.